All right, abusuan channel so so mo akwa by me channel so ha e da so aye be media gh abusuan be so wa se enne ne dey ko di channel so ani dey no go kwan so abusuan be so wa so be subscribe like na wa bo aso ahima for person bi atie no anya bi atie na abusuan enne Kevin Akobadu Taylor of Los Silence TV abusuan enne waba na chese or the big expose e di aba enya se to abusuan enne wa drop a hot information efa Reverend Ntim Fordjour wa enya se to no say Reverend Ntim Fordjour abusuan wa yeden ye bekọ ne akwakotie abusuan we dey ma mekasa wa me pese ye kọ na ye tie ensem a Kevin Akobadu Taylor wa drop about bonten this time enya nsem to no abusuan be sha ne so e dey ma se ha e da so aye be media gye abusuan ni dey no bu kwan so se ene dey connect channel so a abusuan be se wa so be subscribe like na wa bo so ahima for person be tie no enya bi atie abusuan ye nkọ ni tie ensem a Kevin Akobadu Taylor na information sa Kevin Akobadu Taylor wa drop just a fa Honorable Reverend Ntim Fordjour we message here. Yeah, that's.
And the question we 8 years MPP ba power. Ntim Fordjour to fa kotreba makrum ho. Do I understand? Ye beto aba no the Samira banante wo no obe be toilet or say me wie. As since South for say it is enough. I'm coming together in about 2 months time. The next 2 months me do Ghana. Me make sure say I'll meet this man, I'll meet the chairman, I'll sit with them, strategize, put Asin South, Omu NDC together well to make sure say they defeat this guy. I want them to nullify him. Literally, election vote, no. Me person Omu ending the career. 18 for Jokwasiya way. Small boy, Chronone Jimmy. Na 18 for Joe waiting can di Kennedy atam. Kennedy Japan and a fighting almost split your man Asin South. Time asa Ntim Fordjour be contest at Asen South. And Kennedy Japan and command peneno. Kennedy Japan kwasi ampenyi ya na di nanim bagye ye. Obe kontokwa ni sika shemu. Afa de edu time o se Kennedy kopre eye Frank Atuna. Eye Ntim Fordjour gina ba o miechi ka che Ntim Fordjour se Kennedy ye bie na adwene so wagimi. And Asen South for say almost so ehun omaso ansa. MPP form wo ho almost that be they are done. They are going to join NDC. A resetting agenda no they want to be part of it and then me Ntim Fordjour me to me catch no before kra me ba Ghana the first time me catch and say I will take his seat and I'm going to take it. No about 5 seats at 2025 me jini nyina physically, spiritually, forcefully I will take all and none of these people can say anything. We have 5 seats, and I'll give it to the NDC for free. I don't care who becomes the president and leads the NDC. I will take for your mark and I know assembly awaka. Or say, Ghana needs job creators, not just job seekers. Government sector is choked. After your marking, assembly or can end. Or say, abain ehia oma omobetu me create omankase juma. Enye omo pay juma aban to me fe juma biem afa nyoma kan asem ono obie na no ka kire MPP for ne Ghana for afa wo hu ma me reading the statement ni nyina nkire o say minority leader and Efutu MP Alexander Afenyomakin has called on Ghanaian graduates to embrace entrepreneurship and innovation rather than relying solely on white collar employment. Afenyomakin say obeso ka chemu school for na moya graduates they say sa ma adwene ya mo se mo betuma nya adwuma office no aban ne adwuma bia ma mo office bia o se mo ankasa mo create mo adwuma Afenyomakin no obedi power 8 years o wen de o ka kire mo nipa 500,000 na nse mo ko apply adwuma mo nya na ogina parliament se agi musike di no and o ka kire mo se mo kura mo pe office adwuma dodo mo nyina mo ko create mo adwuma na mo fam ko asese mo firi o Afenyomakin no asem na me ka kire wo no Otuwa was MPP Juno ho. They don't care. They didn't have Afenyomakin in parliament. It is because Muntaka man protocol. Afenyomakin does not care about you. Efutu PDD and fano ho. Oh when the asma obi na no catch graduates. Test confirm 8 years yan for mejuma and the Ghana for no man for mejuma for 8 years na aba peso na NDC aban e pe kwan bi so afọ mejuma no. Afenyomakin say we graduate we school. Ope office atena. Mofam kwasi anko na munya den na ono Afenyomakin say munya den o say munyina mun kreti mu ankasa madwuma na aban ankasa entumi fe adwuma Afenyomakin okona nim no Don't rely on white collar jobs. Or see, menya wa adwene say obema aban for adwuma. Adwuma ni ho. Na wankasa so we are graduate we and the kufuado. We are graduate we and the kufuado 8 years now to fear. Wankasa create wankasa wadwuma. Akwa we. Asama ifiri na no a oka kire Ghana imbebunu nne no. Efutu PDD. Afemate. Meka kire mo anam asore na mudi atem na NDC nipa 500,000 na mo fo bi adwuma what asma afenyo ka kire o. Osi aban tumi fa adwuma bia mo fa nkwase anko no a. So you graduate wankasa create wadwuma. And that was the mentality tena power for 8 years. Oh, and that's what be na waka kire o. But we are going to parliament. I don't want for the 500,000 juma. This is the same person. Makajem say, "Ope obi or dirty or politics ma or a very foolish Ghana politician or Jimmy Pie." I feel no marking. Now him there, yeah. Mama show there. Show there. And John Dramani Mahama na our quentum. Our quentum nyina na oye meetings. Obedru Ghana. And our friend security capos ni nyina immigration, police, military, navy, wa from nyina ba cabinet say opese oti bibia say. And obi so nyina say what is really going on? And nyina say Mr. President, in a space of 4 years, you betuma fa nipa only 12,000. Security agencies ni nyina 12,000 pe betuma fa. All because nipa ya beto no for the past 8 years no na do dan kweku for ba omiamo o man fa nipa bia. Right now, so there's no space. In fact, we need to start thinking out of the box because the youth out there, no, they were looking up to us to make sure, say, MPP Jimmy no my to me. And I John Mahama catch them say, okay, initially a buy no, now your name say unemployment as sama na a wohod ni name say a crazy sir. John Mahama in opposition admitted that there were a lot of young people who were not employed. But you see, Nana dan kweku for the MPP ni ba omiamo no because they were liars. They were not even telling us the raw truth. In fact, they did not employ anybody for the past 8 years. Now, what happened? And they say there was this backlog because of the introduction of the free SHSR. Now, omni exit plan no until they hid that secret. They never told Oman Kanche Ghana for say na emebru do duo Ghana omo for adwuma. Until John Mahama Asia the security capos ni nyina no and also no. This is a national security threat, and that something needs to be done. In John Mahama, at the end of the meeting, no, and or say, President Mahama direct number of persons to be recruited to the various security agencies over the 4-year period be increased from 20,000 to 40,000 after meeting with heads of security agencies and interior minister. And John Mahama Shabo. Or see numbers now who you know. No my imagine saying come between 12,000 to 20,000 no. And the John Mahama Ashemra wakacha interior minister any security agencies in say from end Ekopim 2028 no I will say fa imebunu 40,000 their respective security agencies in Ghana. 40,000 because John Mahama the other ni who you know. Na onim se na do dan kweku for na ba omiamo no damage omaye Ghana no na ono krampo no he was still underestimating the danger na omay we wom enti John Mahama Asia interior minister muntaka any the security agencies in periphery nyina no say no this is never right enti John Mahama etu one among or say adia aban bia nya bi da no oba beye in the space of 4 years from now to 2028 no I will say fa imebunu over 40,000 security agencies from police to military to fire service to navy or say ye in mebunu 40,000. This is a government that is thinking about you and I. This is a government that is trying to make sure it is not easy for a government to come in and say 40,000 from now to 2028, meaning averagely every year over 10,000 people. Every year, John Mahama said it was interior ministry, no, efa nipa over 10,000. As some of that no, but it was supposed to be 5,000 or less. And this is a man who is trying to create opportunities for young people in Ghana. Na sebio anka ba omiaba power. Any Akufo-Addo ba power. And anka every year be 8 years. Now come for the 100,000 crank hande. No. Anything they be amitie MPP for. Now omo anything about unemployment. I may say, are you not ashamed? Ufo bi to say afenyo marking PDD. Na ufo bi to say Patricia PJ in penifo mu 12 dwene. Na omo to be parliament to say ye ntiasie adenti nipa 500,000 ebe pray juma. Then you look at them to say na mo jimi. Are you not even ashamed to be in parliament today saying say aban na about 1 year and to me for nipa 500,000 juma? This is what I've been talking about. Majority of the people who were making noise when this issue about 500,000 people kope juma esinipa 5,000 pe de benya na mo kasa bebre no. This is a government that is always trying to find opportunities for the young people of this nation. Where abanya etnase na adwene say aban kasa obefa nipa 40,000 ejuma. It means aban is supposed to make sure say our money available to pay these people. It is not just saying the number. So Abai kasa obefa mebunu 10,000 every year in the security service. It means Abai needs to create an avenue where he will be able to raise money to pay them. How is the government going to do that? It is through a prudent management of the economy. It is making sure say you better cut down unnecessary expenditure. It is to make sure say nyome bia hu hia no aban enye nti nkwasiade a MPP ye na Akufo-Addo ye no. This government is not going to do that. Nti we nya aban omunim nyansa finance minister or yes smart obetumi move things around to make sure say they can make room, they can create room for some people to be employed. You will sit in a country and at the end of the day young people will be piled up. And it's under Akufo-Addo, under Baumia, we do not get people being employed. And it's and the year pay nipa 5,000 pay nipa 500,000 showed up. Now and there sa announcement in the president Ede sa Ranbeto was say a byway. This is what they have decided to do. Muntie afenyomakin. Afenyomakin say Muntie no.
The statement amounts to nothing. It still doesn't address the fundamental concerns we've raised. Look, according to the minister, 506,000 bought the forms. They've already paid some 220 Ghana cedis for the forms. After that, they've gone through this AI-generated aptitude test that has failed a lot of people. And then I was quoting 200,000, but the firm report said, minister said 105 people qualified for medicals. First of all, that number is questionable because there wasn't a fair system for qualifying people for medicals. So that is also another question mark. What it means is that some 400,000 people were denied the opportunity after the system had unfairly rejected them, after they had paid their money and traveled distances to have access to computer and then data to do that aptitude test. Now, with this increment, when I read the statement, the impression I got, in fact, the president is just adding 20,000, meaning that instead of 5,000 each year, they are now proposing 10,000 each year, making 40,000 for 4 years. But we're already in year 2, all right? Now, practically, what it means is that the 106,000 plus who have qualified for medicals, even if 20% should pass, the system cannot accommodate them because the system can only take 10,000. What becomes of the 90,000 is a question. Now you are going to take 1,600 Ghana cedis each for this basic medical test. Is that how much when you are going for?
You see, sometimes you ask yourself, say, I know what say, damn no my boy, and I say Jimmy no more Jimmy. Right now, Onwa Obaya went to make create Juma. Onwa Obaya went to man for nipa 7,000 per Juma. And the abound say obefa nipa 10,000. They have shifted the goalposts. Right now, see, oh, Sasikana and go for the register, no, and no more can want them. Aptitude test, no, and no more can want them. The issue here is we want people to be employed. The government has still opened the net wide. And a lot of people are going to be employed on pay or say and the day. And then you ask yourself, say, we munu a Jimmy and I say a Dama and I say just at the end of the day, a moment to make create Juma. nipa 10,000 grade juma. Now this government is poised to at least employ 10,000 people every year. No, almost so and said anya be encouraging. Na emom no enkwara bi tua for the registration. It's right now no enkwara registration e here omo. Right now no aptitude test be omo ye. Right now no they feel say this is the second year. Now how can you govern with such fools? How can you govern with such fools? Sankankofo wemba power da. And Kebeka say, okay, we mu die, yes, so musha. These people have been in power for 8 years. And also Okasan, he could never even open his mouth to say, during our term, when we were in power, we employed 70,000 people. Also, to Assembly. From the time the MPP started arguing or making noise about this recruitment, have they been able to mention a number, say, under our regime, we were able to employ 70 or 100,000 young people in Ghana? They have not been able to do that. Question anyway, on Timingina platform, Yasun can say, this is even less. During our time, during Baomia's time, we employed 60,000 young people into the military, into the security agencies. We employed 120,000 on Timing make a figure because it was never possible. They couldn't do that. Now obia ba na se osa ebiem na odi nipa ne bi ka ho a o se o se let's talk about registration na nipa bi register ye. Oh, let's talk about aptitude test bia na enye fair. So you can see say they are not ready to help us to do what, to build this nation. They are not ready to help us to move forward. Anytime catch Ghana for say, and I was telling the NDC, you should not think say you want to govern, you want to please these people. Don't please these fools. You are not supposed to please the NPP. The NPP, they are not ready to help. They are not ready to think. They are not ready to create any. Jimmy, their job is to talk. Their job is to distract. Their job is to make noise. Now, a hole in the history of Ghana. This is the first time a government, about power, president to say, I want to make sure every year security agencies in Yafo nipa 10,000 in a year, nipa 40,000. In his 2 terms, nipa over 80,000 will be picked. Yes. In John Mahama's 2 terms, we know about 80,000 people will be picked in our security agencies, which is not a joke. It can even move to 100,000. For you to just come, me who say MPP ni be a parliament. Me who say MPP journalists or blogger be to Masoraka say during our time in office for 8 years, we employed 60,000 people. It means they are foolish people. They are stupid. We are not supposed to take whatever they say serious. The NPP, the people in the party, they are foolish. They are stupid. They don't care. It is all about politics as usual. And in the history of Ghana, from Akroma time, this is the first time a government is thinking of employing 10,000 people every year in the security agencies, and then 40,000 total in a year. Now, in 4 years. So this is a big step. This is a huge step. We are very huge. We should not underestimate the Mahama yet. Because no government can come in place and say they are going to recruit less than what Mahama is now proposing or what they have decided to do. Meaning, lots and lots of young people are going to be given job now. So why should any politician today say, I have a problem with it. It was initially 5,000. Now it is 10,000. So in a year, it is 40,000. Aptitude test. The children who registered. Now, he goes back to his constituency. After your marking, did there all about this registration and inquiry for is because you see, in the past, they used to get a lot of protocols. And then a more powerful constituency. For the 8 years, every time you have police, you have immigration, you have fire service, now they are able to control the numbers into a constituency. Now, police. Then they use the same kits to frustrate people during elections. And then on the Japan, one of the likes for years. And for the 8 years, then after your marking and say, futua. No, I call it Sanko immigration. I call it Sebiko police. Into what they do is say during election day, police na no masako fufe mania de wasaba ho ya post your maba krubu ho. Then they turn the police into tags. Into those boys now, police, then they bring those boys back to their constituencies during election. Now, this is the first time I that opportunity, no. It's this guy like this, I can tell you on authority, but after your marking, because of what you and Samira did, I will take your seat from you. Everybody in Ghana is surprised about this statement, but it will happen in 2028. So after your marking, they will control a futu. Me, I will take the seat and he will never understand. After that, because of the plan you and Samira plotted against me, I will take you out of parliament. Ubetumaye anything. You can manipulate, do everything. Your gap is big, but you will lose in 2028. And I will take this seat from you. You will never understand. And that will be the end of your political career. I am telling you, because of you, what you and Samira did. And you know what I am talking about. That thing you people decided to do. I will make sure you will never enter parliament after 2028. You can say whatever you want to say. You can say you have the numbers in your constituency. You can say you are the controller of Efutu. You have all the numbers. May say what will happen to you in 2028 elections. You will never get over it. And that will shock you to the point it will be tough for you to walk from your room to your bedroom. From your bathroom to your bedroom. You will never understand. Because that thing you did, I will never forgive you. You and Samira, never. Now, Oye, Tiasema Oko the constituency, Oko kachre the young people in his constituency. This is the message he's selling. Ewo eye the constituency. Tie.
The propaganda. She recruitment of crowd more yet. I bet an scam. Oh, Sebi, who say 500,000 out of forms. What can confess some aptitude test be? Ed disqualified. We are using 200,000 are qualified for medicals. Meanwhile, the vacancy is 5,000. Obi go to medicals, 1,600 Ghana cedi. Even 20% a pass medicals are 20,000. How would you take them? Maybe I catch a win by you to say. So be on him say when you medicals, message on medical. Man and co, I you take them. Maybe I catch a win by you to say. So be on him say when you medicals, message on medical. Man and co, at the end a scam. You take them. Maybe I catch a win by you to say. So be on him say when you medicals, message on medical. Man and co, at the end a scam. Because who go bosia e dey akotua medicals who pass Akroma so we feli omaji usikedi ye ni aban ne kasa ontie you take them me dey catch a win by you to say so obi onim say wenya medicals message on medical man nko ade ne scam
oh afenyo marking at the constituency what has one catch the young people in his constituency. Also, I catch a futu. The youth don't want to say. So be crap pass it near sending the message say we qualify. Uncle medicals, na yemfa the juma, wa catch your munya some monko, na ye scam. This is a member of parliament. You see, Kwasia way, I did to parliament. I catch Ghana for say the youth don't have jobs. The youth have paid money. The government is owing the youth. What would you owe? Or call the constituency no, or so I catch the constituency say. In Mebru no more no qualify na yes your mumbra and medical test or see mama munko because they are buying yeno a scam. But kwasia way at China or what parliament say a buying yen tieno na adwene ye fanche kire man kwasia way we money a show more from honorables. Oh, you see the reason why I don't use honorable anyhow. You see the reason why I don't use honorable anyhow. Kwasia way I don't obey honorable. A process, employment processor, ekoswa abine as a magana for me Bruno. Wa call the concept I catch a futu young people no. Or my qualified say mama mko abine a scam. And this same person, kwasia we be parliament. Oh, and me Bruno, mama mwajuma. What are you doing? You know, you need to give them job. And kwasia we na nenko for no mwajuma no so mama mko because he just wants to make the government unpopular. It is not about anything. Oh. You see, the idea. Too much room. Kwasia we go parliament na youth na ho no wakoto petition ma nkwasiafo no mo winiba no nti imeburu no mo no de one so wato petition ma mo osahene aba na almost tonwom no to ntosiogu mo ho na otutu ntosiogu no to ntosiogu no ho omu yom so de ba ma o de ode ye omo ano no wo so mo agimi ende me no ka say edwuma bia ni winiba edwuma bia ni ho kwasia we nkofo akọ school enya akọ through a process na ebia lucky na say yatumia from some medical sir a member of parliament ni ti waka chom say mama obia anko a scam and you see these people kwasia we na sorry na kwasia we a leader of a party in parliament then I sit here and say let these people come to power na me aboa we only preko difference be ni wom kwasia mpanyi we ni preko difference be ni wom. Then somebody sits somewhere else and say, oh, we the honorable, a filthy, dirty guy, or could you be yere, Nani near Bema repi obi, and then Sakika obi makwasia wait was a lawyer. Calls people on phone, threaten people. What could you be yere and was threatening Panoquasia? A dirty, selfish man like this. Jimmy Foey, near Tigana to some kwasiasem so then some people be grassroots for ye diafe nyoma kinechi, or makasemi, or Jimmy mo grassroots for be. They are fooling you people. Because after your market, no, number now open in Kofoko police the abedani into tax in his constituency. Send a buyer during elections, no, to my boat our was second. That's what he has been doing these years. Okay? See, acquire legitimate elections, after your market constituency, ultimately we need that. I'm telling you. Akwawe. You acquire legitimate elections, after your market. Or we are Kwame A+ constituency be. This guy, yes. Kwame A+ constituency, no. After your market. He at the end of the day election biano owiasa side ni be can vote ho. I can come here and break down to you. After your marking, the constituency no. Kwame A+ the constituency no. There is a part is supposed to be Kwame A+ constituency. After your marking area Canadian. He has bullied his way to take those votes, not their Canadian. See, take your GSA vote if your market can never win elections. I will win it back. And consistently, that is what he has been doing for years. Me say me after your market money in parliament be in 2028. I swear to God, you will never the same way Asen South Sofu Mokono, he will never enter parliament again in 2028. Sabo no onwura parliament biem. Obetumi aye de oye wiase bia. After your market obetumi aso ne nsade na ko weduro so. None of you will enter parliament. Mura parliament biem. And I'm telling you today. And they are sorry, Asen South. MPP for na omo MPP na omo contest here with Ayasof Moko. MPP for they have moved to the NDC. Mrs. This is Asen North, Asen South.
Mpanyifo a mo frɛ NDC mpanyifo a enka no ebubrokosua mo nyina yenya ba be hyem wa ha na awie chicheye a yaye aida yinim a yekɔ next elections ne abrabo eda Asen South enim nyina me de be betudwa mo amuni me de Mr. Joseph Kofinya akodamte enka ne no ebubrokosua ni wura eneme ene yehwɛ neoma akoso ewo yeman mu yehwɛ ye papa Mahama oni NDC aban omo ba aban mu dwuma omo di mfie ba ko nie yen na ye wa bubrokosua na ye independent na yeso ye gba wa Asen South ase ye gina april to me in premier no suni no ye hu se ne reset na agenda no edimu aye adwuma enu nti ene ye ne mpanyifo atena se edi nkomo ehun se ose eboa papa Mahama ni NDC na mutu bi oman no ani kodu bra bi a ose eko na yentumi enye ayebeja Asen South ewom Asen South yeso ye kan Ghana ho na ye papa Mahama ni NDC omo yom adwuma de ne so ose ye nso no ye sure ose ye nka akiri enti ene ye ne ye busuafo nyina ye hwe elections a ya community nyina na ye numbers edi bomu no na ema na edi nkunim nanso no esan se ye mfa adwenen ye nkumomunti no ema na de bia na nkofo no afemu de kɔ 2028 ye nya ne saa enti ye nyinara ye be kan mo ho firi na kwei ye nyina ye kwa ye branches akɔjoin NDC na ya ba be ye adwuma na ye say ye nyina ye bomu dia enkoye say presidential seat ni kwa presidential ni kwa na ye ma ne papa Mahama go so nya wa no ebe ka na emu no parliamentary ni so no ye be gya ka ho na ma na me say parliament no aye bebre na afes no ye kenkan Ghana member of parliament asensa so no ye be gina ho bi aye gina ho ye nya ni otiti wa okrachi o ye wo yi enti no ye sra mo ye ba ya 88 aso di 20 say mu nyina mo meka ho ni emfa ntuma mo ye nyina no endis for ntuma no na eche ni empia asensa ene Ghana ni wiase nyina nkwa anim awie mi frem ana ma no se no
we are since South MPP for Papa Yoka say MPP penyini owo edien asin South. Saa sofu moku no Ntim Fordjour no. Oye kwasi ampenyini o. Saa Ntim Fordjour kedere Japan so ne nsade ne ba MPP mu. Kedere Japan mo ene force ye eme split kedere Japan constituency ene ode half ekodane asin South. Saa Ntim Fordjour no ende ogina nkran kase kedere Japan abodam. Oko asin South Ntim Fordjour onya hwe wo. Kwasi ane tenkran. Ene why na fro say to. Ene Jimmy because na junior say oh asin South there omutuma presidential kra MPD de de mema no that boy no ende the constituency say MPP form omo so ne wie on kan kre on fam puntiomba o tenkran na o Jimmy omo nyina say omo ne tonkwanta omo pai they want to take the parliamentary from him. Now me didn't catch him from the beginning of the year. He is not entering parliament again. Because of this, remember Ghana, maybe in 2 months, remember I sent South or myself to meet the NDC chairman and a Salman way. I will meet them. And I'll let them understand say it's about time they came together, forged a very good team, and make sure it's a presidential and parliamentary akaho. And whatever resource I also me Pompeko Asin South to make sure the NDC takes that seat, I will do it. And I will take that seat from Ntim Fordjour. Because sa boy kwasi ampenyi we do ya ne se ba omiane na yiri using the toilet paper wan kran kwasia ondwene Asin South ho on fa hwenko ho wa fa MPP form also mo yejimi fo na adwene mu no obi osopoto Kennedy Japan bi ejimi enti during the campaign no he was in Accra and na odi Kennedy atem se Kennedy adwene nya adwuma ye bie na adwene so sa boy we teten kran impuntu also odi kofie Ntim Fordjour fa bi nkofie o oti Accra na Samira use no ohoro Samira dross kwasia instead say omo to abama wo say kofam puntomra no otenkran we sidai won kran edan kakraka e na osi Samira dross osi Samira dross e won kran kwasia brafie fam puntomra no wadane ba omian Samira ba boy and the MPP for omo Asin South omo ne bie omo hwe de ekoso Asin North and the enya kra Asin North for MP or a minister enya kra ntise pede kadan he will solve